Shout out to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update. Father's Day is coming up. It's this weekend, so you are out of time to procrastinate. Make sure you get him something good, and that means meat to grill, because he'll cook it for you, and then you win too. Omaha Steaks is offering a limited Father's Day package for $49.99, which is 80% off the price. If you want to get it, and you should want to get it because that's a lot of percents off, visit omahasteaks.com and enter code THEKNOW in the search bar. It'll bring it right up, makes it easy for you. It comes to you, comes refrigerated, comes awesome. All right, so here at E3, it's the time of year where everyone makes all the biggest announcements. This is like the Super Bowl of video games. So we have done our best to narrow it down to some of the top announcements that you need to make sure you know about. Otherwise, your friends will make fun of you, and you don't want that. So this is a quick and dirty top 10, might be 11 list of the announcements.
Who can do math?
We're not real stuck to the 10.
Nah.
Right, it's a 10-ish. How about that?
Yeah.
Announcements that you need to know at E3. Number one, this is kind of a hardware year. The Xbox One X has officially been revealed. It's no longer Scorpio. It's got a name now. It's the Xbox One X.
And was thankfully never the Xbox Wow.
Right.
Thankfully, yes. There was a rumor that went around before the show started that
Started
they were
by
going to
Bernie,
call
I
it the
think.
Xbox. Well,
I feel like he did that just to torture us.
He picked it up. Like we heard it online. It was going around Twitter when everyone's saying, "There's no way this is true. That's ridiculous." And the reaction of everyone who heard it was, so, which, it should tell you a lot about its likelihood. So, yeah, I think he wanted to see everyone's reactions, and they were all the same. So, thank you for not calling it the Xbox Wow. Appreciate that.
But you're trying to coin the Xbox Onyx, or just the Onyx?
Yeah, so it's
We gotta
Xbox,
shorten it to something.
Well, so it's Xbox One X, and you can shorten that in a couple of ways, right? There's you can shorten it as Xbox if you, depending on how you want to go. So the XB from Xbox, the O from One, and then the X would just make the Xbox.
That's true.
Or there's
Xbonics.
Xbonics. If you want to be urban.
Okay.
Sure.
I was wondering. That eyebrow was my eyebrow where I was like, I wonder if it's going to go right there. And it did go right there.
Yeah. And it landed.
It landed. It happened.
So that is launching on November 7th. And the price is better than I was expecting, honestly, but it is in line with what a lot of analysts said, which is going to be $499.
Not bad.
I can't believe it's not more, to be honest.
But that's like $100 per flop. You know what I mean? Like, that's real good.
The math checks out.
Wait, they did say
no,
they have
wait,
a
it's less than $100 per flop.
Less than $100 per flop?
It's 6 teraflops for $500. That's a steal.
Ooh.
So that's one of the big ones because it is hardware and hardware.
The ROI on flops on this new console is insane.
It's lower than that because you get non-flop hardware thrown in with that.
Tell me more, Ryan.
I mean, there are several things that contribute no flops.
No flops in a
flops
controller.
at all.
Flop? No, exactly.
Is it flop free?
It's no flops in a power
And what's
supply, though it
nice-
does make
True.
flops possible.
And what's great is that means whether or not you are allergic to flops, you can use the Xbox One X.
It is flop friendly. It is
isolate yourself.
non-flop friendly.
Yes, you got to
Exactly.
stick to the flop-free zones, but you'll be fine.
Understand.
We should record these videos or like before we kick off for the day rather than at the
That
end
was
when we're not even.
stellar.
No, you're right. It was stellar. Okay.
That was stellar analysis of a major hardware announcement.
No,
You're not going to find that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Not. It was.
No,
it was
you're right.
practically floptastic.
You won't find that anywhere else, and I'm sure they're all very sad.
They're going to
they
come at
missed
you
out
with
on that hot
numbers.
take.
They're going to come at you with numbers and uses for numbers.
Ugh.
We got just flop discussion.
Facts and dates and things that
useful
gross.
things. Yes.
But speaking of things that are impressive, Mario plus Rabbids, which I did
Came out
not
of left field.
I did not expect myself to be saying that. Several weeks ago, the key art leaked, and I was
one of the only happy people in the world.
Yes, you were.
yeah, but you're happy. Like, look at you. You're just happy.
I saw it and I was like, you know what? This is great. Let the little rabbits and the little Mario have a good time together. This is totally fine.
No, I was intrigued by some of it. I was cool with I liked Luigi Rabbid.
Sure.
But I was slightly worried by Peach Rabbid with the whole the butt selfie thing that was going on. I was wondering how far is that going to go? The teaser, so Ubisoft hit it pretty hard right out of the gate with their press conference. It was Mario plus Rabbids, and immediately just they played into the mean girl Peach Rabbid.
So
She's giving
good.
side eye to actual Peach,
I love
criticizing the cheap fabric of her dress.
Every time I see that clip, I laugh.
And managing to do
Every
it
time.
managing to do it without actually saying a word, which is very impressive.
Also,
really-
when she flies through the air, she takes selfies, and it's adorable.
It's true.
That's true. And also, I was not expecting it to be XCOM.
I don't think anyone
That's
was.
new.
I mean, having math in the title should have clued us in that it was going a certain direction. But
They also handed Mario a gun. So that's new.
Right, but
And
it's
he
like a
smiled.
cool gun.
Oh,
I
he
didn't- I wasn't
smiled
sure
to
about
finally
asking
have a
about
gun
that.
in his
Yeah.
hand.
So it got urban.
It got urban. It got real urban real quick.
he made it
That's
to the
two.
States.
It's fine.
And we,
I'm
That's
on
two.
the couch.
yeah, but you're not on that couch.
True.
Mm.
Don't side eye me, Rabbit Peach.
I'm gonna pull a rabbit peach on you.
But I was impressed with how good that game looks. I was not expecting to come out of E3 genuinely interested in it, and it comes out soon. Comes out in August.
That's very soon.
So I'm digging that. The next one we suspected, we hoped that this would be coming. BioWare's new IP, which has been codenamed Dylan, has been leaking like a sieve for a while. It has been revealed officially. It was revealed at the EA press conference. It is called Anthem, and it's so this is what Edmonton has been working on. It's huge. This is it's space, sci-fi, open worldy, crazy
Jetpack Destiny.
Jetpack.
It's Gundam
Yeah.
Forest.
Yeah.
Gundam Forest.
So what do you guys think of? We obviously don't have a lot of details about it so far. We did get some additional an additional look at the game at the Xbox press conference. What do you guys think of what you saw so far?
I think I like jetpacks. I think I like Destiny. I think I'm going to be super into this game.
Do you like mecha fighting animals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I mean,
100
yeah.
ti-
Who
oh,
doesn't?
100% yes.
I mean, that's, some people maybe not into it. I don't know.
Those aren't the people I want to hang out with.
I like any game that's a robot forest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robot Forest is my aesthetic. I'm into Robot Forest.
Anthony Carboni, Robot Forest.
You follow your bliss to your aesthetic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a good friend.
Thank you.
I feel like, I don't know, from what we've seen, it looks nice.
It looks nice, but it does feel very early. It
Yes.
feels first, major reveal trailer for The Division,
Yeah, it
where
feels
it's a bunch of
Exactly.
people artificially talking to each other like, all right, no, this time I'm taking my ranger suit. Okay, let's go to the place and get the loot.
Yeah,
Lots of
that's not how
XP
you
in there.
talk on
All
party
right.
chat.
I think we have two more E3s of Anthem before we
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
have Anthem.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the Mass Effect Andromeda template is anything to go by, it's going to be announced at least 3 more times.
Yeah.
But it does look pretty. I gotta
Oh.
give it that. The graphics are pretty insane.
Robot
on what we
Forest.
saw. Robot Forest, yes. Also, Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed No More May It Leak. Everything has now been announced about it. So
Yes.
Assassin's Creed Origins. Yep, it's Egypt. You get a hawk,
I
and
get
you
a-
named it.
I named it Xerxes, but I've been told she is an eagle. And she has a name that's pretty awesome, which I forgot that starts with an S.
We both misgendered and misspecies
Yep.
that bird.
So formal apologies to the eagle
And all bird kind.
and all of bird kind.
Shout out to the ornithologists out there.
Yeah.
We're so sorry.
We are so sorry. I thought it was a hawk, then I thought it was a falcon. No. Nay, even. But she is gorgeous, and so is the game.
And also a psychic.
Right, because you can see through
right.
the
Yeah,
bird's eyes.
it's like,
So you're a ward.
A bird's eye view.
you
as it
are
were.
a ward.
You are.
You're a
You're a
ward.
Look at
magi.
you.
Yeah.
You're a magi. So it
You-
looks really amazing. It looks like I said to myself, what are they going to have to do to get me excited about an Assassin's Creed again?
Uh-huh.
At this
What was your
point?
list?
I wanted them to cut out a lot of the fat. I wanted them to get back to some of the things that I liked aesthetically and in terms of UI from the original Assassin's Creed. I wanted to get that feeling of getting lost. I wanted to get that feeling of a place that was historical but maybe a more fantastical take on it as opposed to the hyper-realism of the later Assassin's Creed games. And I feel like I got all of that.
Great.
It looks wonderful.
It
Boxes ticked.
looks so nice.
Plus spears.
And a
Spears
boat.
and a boat.
Spears and a boat.
And
you know I
shield.
love boats.
Maybe
Shields.
a sloop
Shields, a sloop or
with,
two.
with jibs.
Sloop with jibs. Also, I was talking to some UB people, and they said that the combat is totally revamped, and it's got some new mechanics that we haven't had before, which I'm pumped about because Assassin's Creed combat is one of the most fun parts of Assassin's Creed.
Excellent. Well, and I imagine
The
we'll learn
assassin
a lot
part.
more about those as they leak before the developers talk about them.
Harsh.
As it
but
does.
fair.
As it does.
The biggest thing to me was the feeling watching them play through the demo that you couldn't just tape up on your left analog stick and tape down the A button and
Yeah.
go make a sandwich and come back and have collected 37 things and gotten to the other side of the map.
Yeah.
It feels like they're like, okay, we really have to loosen the reins and give people control of this game back.
Also, it looked like total free climbing. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet. I hope to soon. I'm very excited. But from what we saw from the demo, if you saw it, you could climb it a la Breath of the Wild, and that looks fun to me.
We hadn't seen. Well, he didn't face too many large scale cliffs.
Well, I saw just cliffs, but without
Sure,
handholds.
It's like-
there was a
like
lot of ones that you could kind of
bouldering.
walk up.
You're right, yeah, bouldering. So it looked. I'm excited to see more.
I mean, it's dangerous over there. There's lots of sand. It
Ooh,
makes your grip not
hate
great.
sand.
Really slippery.
Gotta-
We may
gotta-
see some assassins falling to this.
Nico with the Star Wars.
Yeah, I got it. Anthony.
Speaking of climbing things, Shadow of the Colossus.
Actually,
So-
you're gonna make me cry again.
Yeah,
No,
let's get a Mica cry cam. So they have announced a remake that's coming for PS4. We think it's a remake. Did they specify if it's a remake
It
or
is a
remaster?
remake. Blue Point is pretty much rebuilding it.
Okay, because it
so excited.
just they showed this at the PlayStation press conference, and you could see almost immediately that it didn't look possible for it to be a remaster. It was too much, too new.
He didn't have his wiggly flat foot run.
He didn't.
They cleaned up his run a little bit. I'm gonna miss his
No.
his little penguin flappy run that
I'm
he
so
had.
excited to see aggro in HD.
It's amazing. I have said before that I will buy Shadow of the Colossus as many times as Sony re-releases it because it is my favorite game and I am a sucker. And it's turned into like a monkey's paw of a curse
Well,
because
they're-
we're getting it like every generation
They
now.
they're counting on you. Like
Well, they
you're-
have me.
You're why we get this again.
Yes,
you,
And I
are
appreciate
creating
that.
the
Thank
demand.
you
You're welcome.
for your
You're
investment.
welcome,
yourself.
guys.
You're the best.
And speaking of things that I didn't expect to be seen, because I did not call Shadow of the Colossus until it popped up. Beyond Good and Evil 2 re-announced.
There it is.
And it's changed so much from the first. So they announced Beyond Good and Evil 2 years ago, but it was at a point where everyone figured this is not real. Then they had re-announced it, several months ago, and had been teasing it. But Michel Ancel said it wasn't going to be at E3. Lied to us in the best way, and they essentially re-unveiled it. So they must have reworked a lot of it because it looks really different from the Vision trailer they had all those years ago.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, obviously we are in the same world, we are in the same universe, this is the same continuity, but we don't know where we are in it, which I think is very exciting. These look like all new characters. There's a lot of speculation that it's a prequel of some kind, but based on just the story trailer, I don't think we can really tell that. There's one flash of one face that looks like it's maybe Jade for a split second in that trailer, but everything else is brand new.
Yeah, whatever it is. Beyond Good and Evil was a spectacular game. We've been waiting for Beyond Good and Evil 2 for like 15 years now.
Yeah, kids, ask your parents about Beyond Good and Evil. 'Cause it's a great game.
They'll be able to tell you what, and then eventually by the time it comes out,
Stick
you'll be
and
able to
hoop.
hand it down to your children.
Beyond Good and Evil, Shadow of the Colossus.
But then also big comebacks. Metroid.
Two Metroids.
Two Metroids.
Two Metroids.
One
See,
of
you
them's
gotta-
actually a game.
You got one of them.
Listen, Ryan, let us hype our logo.
That logo
I
is
want that
beautiful.
game. I want it. Don't just show me a logo.
Oh, but it's a great logo.
it is a beautiful
not,
logo.
because
So
it
this is
stands
It was
You
for
know what?
rendered
something.
so well.
specifically this is the Metroid Prime 4 logo.
Yes.
Because they basically just said we're making it. Here's a logo.
I don't want
and
that.
that's the extent
I
of it.
feel
I
like
don't
what they
want the
did that for
knowledge.
was shut up. We heard you. It exists. Shut
no,
up.
it doesn't. It doesn't exist.
exists.
It doesn't
The
exist.
logo
If it doesn't
exists.
exist, then why is there a logo?
And that's
Ryan?
all it is.
Ryan!
It's a logo department. It's one sad, lonely guy with Photoshop. Or girl.
How
It could be.
dare you?
How dare you.
Haywood.
Show me proof there's more.
That logo radiates healthiness and contentedness and a man with a good home life.
And love and bliss and someone out there cares.
You can't say that he's sad. You don't know.
God.
He's going to be sad now.
Oh, wow. Why? Because you negged him a little bit?
Ryan's gonna go on Twitter and go on an angry rant, find his handle,
But
and at him.
we did see a Metroid game that has game though,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
which is Samus Returns, and that's going to be for 3DS. So we're gonna have Metroid Prime 4. You're gonna have Switch. Then we're gonna have the 3DS, which is gonna be Samus Returns, and that one there's actually gameplay for. So that one is real.
And that's a remake of Metroid 2 for the original Game Boy.
Yep.
Once again, kids, ask your parents. But it's really good. It's probably my favorite Metroid before the Primes.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I'm
pretty
definitely
pumped.
happy they're doing it.
Yeah.
And according to your normal formula for that, that means that that is their way of drumming up interest in the series to lead into the major title.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You give him a little Metroid,
A little taste.
then you give him a big Metroid.
You remember Metroid?
That's right.
You
This is
sneak on
big.
up with a little.
I don't know if you've heard of Metroid. Have you heard of
really
Metroid? Yeah, it's a little Metroid. Here's a logo.
We like our logo.
But look at us. We're junkies. We'll take it. Give it to us. We need more.
It's true.
Unless you're Pokemon, then they just really crapped on your head.
No, they gave us more. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so many Pokemon. They did say, at the very least, they did say, you guys, we're making a Pokemon for the Switch.
Yeah, where's the logo?
Where's
Well,
the logo?
look,
Yeah.
The guy was so busy working on the Metroid Prime 4 logo, he had to prioritize, man.
And we had live action like a
also the
very nice
Pokemon
man.
guy was so busy writing in his notebook that was right next to his laptop. Like he was taking very copious notes, which is how you know he's working on the new Pokemon.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So we had live action confirmation that this game is coming, not just a logo, which is
It was
a step
not
up from
it was not a
logo.
pre-rendered
Yeah,
Nintendo employee.
I like to think that was really, he was surprised. They had just showed up in his office like, hey, can you just tell him?
Hey, you still doing that Pokemon? Yeah, I'm still doing the Pokemon.
Goes back to writing in
Goes
his
He's writing in his
notebook.
notebook. But right now, I'm just taking down things in my dream journal. God.
I mean, again, we all knew it was coming. We figured, based on everything that's been leaking and rumoring for months now, that they're going to do it. And we don't get it now. We don't even get it soon.
Is it a year?
He said a year or more. So it's going to be a while, which you could kind of extrapolate because they did have that Pokemon Direct recently where they were like, here's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and here's some older remaster. We're gonna pull those on in, and here's your Pokken Tournament. So they're not going to dirty all that up and like overshadow it by putting out a core Pokemon on Switch while they're focusing on those. So it's going to come once all those are out, then you can start to look ahead.
Also, Sun and Moon just dropped.
Well, yeah, but those,
but by the time Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon come out, we're
Right.
talking about a year.
Yeah.
So
well, here's the thing though. So whenever you drop something like this, as you keep saying, everyone knew we were going to get another Metroid. Everyone knew we were going to get another Pokemon. Why not save it and have something where you can just mic drop it, like you knew it was coming, but bam, there it is.
Well, I think it's because of something that you've come back to multiple times during the day, which is this sort of anxiety that there will be no games for this Nintendo console. Because we have gone through that with Nintendo before, where it's like, oh, here's this amazing first-party title, and now I will twiddle my fingers for 8 to 12 months
Right.
until the next one comes out. So I think they're doing that specifically because they launched this new hardware. Everybody's finishing up Zelda, and they're like, well, what's next? What's next? What's next? I want to think a year down the line before I buy this thing. So I think that's why they do it.
That doesn't.
sorry, just
that
over
doesn't.
here twiddling my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twiddle away.
There you go.
That doesn't
got
make me
this.
feel like I wouldn't be twiddling though. That makes me feel like you have no way of getting.
But
me
now
out
you're
of twiddle
twiddling
zone.
with purpose, my friend.
That's
now you're
literally
twiddling
exactly
with power.
what I was about
Twiddling
to
with
say.
anticipation.
I think we're on the same wavelength, Anthony.
So they
refuse to
didn't
twiddle.
have the mic drop. I think the biggest mic drop in recent memory was definitely Bethesda when they had Fallout Shelter a couple of years ago, and they're like, by the way, right now, also Fallout 4 this year. They didn't have that this year.
This year
but-
they just kind of dropped the mic and forgot to pick it up and talk into it.
Well, that's not true. They did announce Wolfenstein 2.
They did.
They revealed that with one of the weirdest trailers I've ever seen. That,
Weird
like,
is good though in that regard.
It was weird, good weird, not like bad weird. So
I'm going to say it again. I saw that trailer, and I want a full-on Liesel game.
I think
Do it.
all of us want an
Help
entire
it.
Liesel campaign, right?
I'm down. Yeah.
Oh, I just got a whole vision unlocked in my brain for how that would work. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
that
good.
could totally work.
I'd love
yeah.
that.
But the game itself does look absolutely amazing. We've gone more into this alternate timeline. We have a techno-Nazi occupied United States now. We have this weird underground resistance. We've got Nazis dropping acid and seeing cartoon characters. Like, I love where they're taking Wolfenstein.
Also, Klansmen are popping up.
Klansmen.
Lots
Which is-
more.
yeah, like
Nazi
seeing,
Klansman.
Not
seeing that
Landsmen.
was in the trailer was jarring for sure.
Yeah.
But in that narrative world makes sense.
It's so interesting that we're so used to seeing Nazis that seeing the KKK was like, whoa,
Right.
that's new.
Oh, great.
Right.
More Nazis.
Right. Differently sheeted Nazis.
Yeah, and then looking forward to that. Super interested. We also got we did get a game that we've been anticipating for a while that we've heard whispers of, but we finally got confirmation, and that is SpiderMan.
Yeah.
We got gameplay for the PS4.
Looks so good. The moment they said it was Insomniac, the moment they said Insomniac and Spider-Man, I was like, yes,
Just you
this
know
is
what?
it.
You don't need to say more.
This is
like,
it.
We're in.
Sunset Overdrive was a Spider-Man game without a Spider-Man license. It was like a weird, over-the-top, mechanically a
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Loved
lot of ways.
Sunset Overdrive.
One of
I
my
really did.
favorite
Kind of a
games.
shooter mixed in too.
Sure,
right?
but you could see in the traversal and in the way that things went, like you were getting around the city and the combat that would, like the melee stuff that was thrown in there, you were just like, Spider-Man, this is Spider-Man. And even like just the snarky Insomniac attitude is going to transfer so well to a teenage Spider-Man. It's going to be so good.
Did we figure out which Spider-Man we're getting?
It's
So
Peter.
it is
It's
Peter.
Peter Parker.
It is
He
Peter.
does in the demo that they so in the demo they had, he actually does talk to himself at one point. He's like, "You got this, Peter." But we've also seen there's
seen
a
Miles
still
Morales.
shot. We've seen Miles Morales. So you play Peter, but we don't know how the story will unfold.
I
There's
don't
a
think-
history in Spider-Man titles of having a bajillion D costumes
Yeah.
and a bajillion D unlockables,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling this will be an unlock of the Miles costume, the ultimate costume,
Yeah.
with voice acting by Miles. I would love if there was even some DLC or something like
Mm-hmm.
that gave Miles a little mini campaign. That would be wonderful. Maybe
That'd be
it's,
cool.
I don't
maybe
think
it's
they would
built
have
in.
gone through the trouble of teasing Miles Morales if some sort of Miles Morales content wasn't in the game.
I
Yeah.
mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't been up to date on the comics, but I believe Miles and Peter now exist in the same universe.
They do. They
Yeah.
coexist.
Yeah.
After Secret Wars, they coexist.
So maybe we can see them swinging together.
I'd love to see more. I'd love to see Spider-Gwen.
Not
in it.
that way.
You're gonna have to. That's not gonna be in a game at this rating.
No,
Mika.
but I'm sure if I Googled it, it's out there.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is. And finally, a Way Out was announced. This was announced at the EA press conference. I feel like it's not getting nearly the adulation it deserves so far, but that's just me. So it's a 70s era prison break game, and it's from the guy who created Brothers,
Yes.
which was a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, you absolutely should. It's an absolutely like breathtaking experience, and this is the follow-ups, not in universe, just like that developer's follow-up.
And
It's
mechanically,
a two-player game.
yeah, mechanically you can see the similarities, right? Because Brothers was all about two analog sticks, two brothers, you control them both.
Yeah,
at
like
the same
two
time.
characters and how they're going to interact and get through the world. And this one is Anthony and I are playing, and we're sharing a screen. But we're each controlling a different inmate, and
It is a co-op only title.
Couch
Yeah,
co-op.
it is co-op only. It is intended for couch co-op, but they do have
Or
online.
online.
Obviously we'll see more about it as the show progresses, but that's one that just at a glance, that was the highlight of the EA press conference for me. For
Is
sure.
it here on the floor to play?
I'm not sure if it's playable. I haven't actually got to the floor yet.
I know
Oh.
EA had a closed door demo at EA Play, so I don't know if it's on kiosks here at the show. I think they're showing it to press for sure. But I hope it's on the floor. I'd like to see it this week. I would like to play
That would be fun.
Prison Breakout with friends.
That's right. Because if you're gonna
Legitimately,
break out of
or-
prison, you want to do it with friends.
With friends.
Right. That's the best way to break
Shawshank
out.
Nate,
Redemption,
Want
the
to get
home game.
arrested and try and break out of prison together?
More than anything.
Awesome.
So that is some of our biggest, in our opinion, the biggest announcements of E3 this year. But we also want to hear what announcements you are the most excited about. So please let us know those in the comments down below. Which games, which announcements you are most excited for. We're going to be E3ing it up for the rest of the week still, so there's plenty more to come. Shout out to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update. Father's Day, you guys, right around the corner. It's this weekend, so don't procrastinate anymore. You want to get, you know what you get him? get him a bunch of meat because then he has to cook it for you, and then you win too. Omaha Steaks will send you a limited time Father's Day package for $49.99, which, by the way, is 80% off, which is a lot of percents, and that means more money for video games like everything you're seeing at E3. So to get that, visit omahasteaks.com, enter promo code THEKNOW in the search bar.
Is it okay if dads buy that for themselves?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
good.
sad, but yes, it's
that
fine.
what you're going to
It doesn't
do?
go against the terms of the promo.
I don't feel like that's messaging I could communicate well, and I think I'm just going to have to do it myself.
I think you can get away with it.
You just can't go home to your family and explain the circus of meat values.
I'm gonna hang a big meat poster up on the wall and just hope that that somehow delivers it.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
there you
show
go.
them
Subtle
this
hints.
this particular conversation and be like, man, what'd you think of that sponsor though? That
It's
was
nice, right?
Omaha
Cool,
Steaks
right?
sounds
So
Interesting.
actually though we've got Omaha Steaks into the office. They've sent us stuff before, and it's like a shark feeding frenzy when that happens. It's seriously, everyone is like diving in like I want the meatballs, I want the steaks, I want the pork chops.
Look, I'm coming back
gets
with a mouthful
rough.
of steak or a mouthful of arm.
Either
Either way,
it's
I
meat.
get meat. Yeah.
So
Okay, so don't
That's
don't
actually my family credo. It's on our coat of arms.
steak or arm.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let that happen. Just get your own steaks. Don't eat people. It's omahasteaks.com. Enter promo code THEKNOW in the search bar. It's much cheaper too.
Omaha Steaks. Don't eat people.
I think we found
new
a new slogan.
tagline.
Yeah.